So finally, they've made an E&G lens that's, affordable.
I've been waiting for this for a while because this solves a lot of issues. Actually, it makes that whole recoil concept that we have even better.
I don't think people realize that every single thing we've ever shot up until the last video we ever made, we shot with E&G style Varicams because you need that lens.
Right. It's not just the lens, it's the control over the lens, meaning the zoom control, that finesse that you get with it.
Well, I mean, we did mostly documentary style filmmaking, and when we're interviewing somebody and we see the tears welling up, you know to move gently right in there, so smooth that the viewer doesn't even know that you've moved in. Now, there are a couple drawbacks to these types of lenses. They're heavy because there's a larger diameter of glass, because the sensor size is big. The other one is obviously that they're not very fast.
At least the cameras are faster these days, which is sort of compensating for that.
Yeah.
But the real drawback to these lenses, not because of the lens necessarily, is now that the cameras are so small and light, you need to shove everything back farther. And now this old concept that we loved of having my hand on the grip doesn't work so well anymore. It ends up back too far.
If you unbalance your camera package to where you get the E&G lens to where you want it, it's way front heavy, or you got to make the thing super long.
You're supporting the camera, not operating it anymore.
A lot of people, in the industry, they see this and they're like, oh wow, this reminds me of, the old days. Well, there was a way different scheme with this Betacam, which is when this is on my shoulder, you can see my hand is perfectly loose here, and the lens is much lower because of this wonderful cutout into the camera body. We don't have that now. The camera sits like up here, because unfortunately these cameras have to go on base plates because they're not designed in an E&G style. So that means that not only is this too far back, it's also too high.
Well, Canon actually was pretty smart when they designed this lens. They made this grip removable, which is unlike their higher end ones and other brands. When you remove this grip, you can relocate it now down to here. And now the lens, it doesn't matter if the lens is farther back, and you can still reach the focus. The motors are still on there. They're in a great spot. The lens needed a couple other things. It needed a quick lens support, which is what we have here. And then they have their port here at a funny angle. So they needed a right angle cable so that we could run not only an extension down to the grip, but also to keep it from interfering with base plates and the ground.
Right. I mean, you can't even set it on the ground. So that part's out. So that's using their grip. Now, when you use our control grip, you can plug into this same jack and you'll have control of the entire menus of the camera, start, stop. You'll also have control of the graticle and its menus. And then with the breakout box, you get extra video connectors and power connectors and all kinds of wonderful things. This grip only kind of works with Canon cameras.
Well, all that's on here basically is the start, stop, and the zoom. But again, that'll only work with the Canon camera. If we put this on anything else, you only have the zooming control. The control grip, however, will work with all cameras and this lens.
Or any other lens as well.
Yeah, right.
You could use cinema lenses.
If you put the motors on.
Or you could use other E&G lenses and tap into their port as well.
Correct.
So it's more of a multi-purpose system. The lens support is attached to the lens and it has this nice little hinge. And then when you snap the lens in, it just goes right onto the rod. Look at how beautiful that is. You can buy this lens support by itself, or you can buy the lens support in a kit with the cable.
Well, now finally, I have a lens that's affordable and that I can actually use the way I'm used to using it. And I can customize it just to my body. I love this lens. I'm going to use it all the time.